Welcome back to round 3 of the 1K tournament in
Woohoo!
wherever.
Michigan,
Michigan, I think.
Michigan.
Today we have a wonderful matchup here. We have Frisco Foz with
That's right, I gotta
Namekian
do
Knowledge
this.
Piccolo versus our hero Phil McGrath with Blue Protective Android 20.
Yes, we've got.
My bias is not showing.
Aw, brother.
It's not fair.
What is this? Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. His handwriting is
Phil's got a brand new
sublime.
deck here for us today. He took his orange 20 deck and threw it in the garbage. It's terrible. Retooled it into this new Blue
Oh.
Protective Android 20 deck. We'll see how it does against the
too-
Scourge of the
oh,
World,
the H is too far.
Namekian Piccolo. Frisco flashing that cool
No.
ARG mat.
There we go. I fixed it.
Sorry, Fresco. I get you both confused often. It's confused. It took me a while.
It's probably intentional. I bet he did it on purpose.
He
I'd
probably
believe it.
did. He used to be named like John Smith.
Probably. That's probably exactly what it was.
Frisco's got the new level 1. And it looks like the old levels 2, 3, and 4. Or that might be the new level 3. I can't remember what they're named.
I don't know.
But we'll probably see it at some point. Or maybe not. Blue can definitely keep him down on levels if he wants. Can. So these players are both 2-0. We're playing undefeated here.
Woohoo! Party, party.
We'll see what direction Phil takes with this new Blue 20 deck. Mm-hmm. It's a deck that can do a lot of things. Set up, beat down. I didn't even think a Dragon Ball deck could be made, but it's not going to be this one.
Yeah, you could probably make a 20 Dragon Ball deck,
Yeah.
I believe it.
Any deck that can poop out Absorbent Drill like that, it's got that kind of defensive option and that many
Wow.
stages to work with.
Yeah. Yeah, especially like we were talking about earlier. 4-4-5-5 is no
Yeah.
joke. Yeah,
But this
20
Piccolo
is
deck isn't going to care too much, I don't think.
probably not.
Just a guess.
Piccolo can get him some stages too.
Yeah. I doubt that this is a blue physical deck here, so
Yeah.
stages probably won't matter too
Alright.
much in this game. Get our dice roll. Frisco rolled something. I don't know what. I'm just gonna mix them both in and see what happens.
Yep. Stir the pot a little bit.
Phil's drawing, so I guess he won.
He's got a time, stare down, and some third thing.
He's not playing anything. It's probably not what he wanted.
A head knock, that's what it is.
Yeah. So they're all good cards for 4 turns from now.
Yeah. No kidding.
He's probably just gonna pass that.
Or
one.
no, he's entering.
Okay. He's gonna
Okay.
just push a little bit of damage here.
Crushing beam, palm shots,
handful of
and
energies.
maximum will.
Yep.
Also a pretty solid hand.
Not against time.
That's true, which he doesn't. Well, I mean, he doesn't. Wait, that's right, Sarah. I was like, why did
Yeah.
he discard it? He's a bad guy.
Yep. 20 is a mean dude. We'll see the maximum will.
And
It will be promptly blocked.
is he going?
There
Yep.
it is.
Slap.
So this is a good combat here. I think
Yeah.
it's not going to do much in terms of life cards, but look at it.
Oh, is that?
Pick
oh,
out his hand a little bit, and more
They both
importantly,
passed.
play the drill.
There we go.
And then had the bonus of putting Piccolo at 0 without letting him get any anger at all. Mm-hmm. And a head knock for some damage.
Woohoo!
There it is. All that Namekian endurance.
Yeah, no kidding.
So strong open for Phil. Let's see how Frisco responds.
Cut the deck.
Who cuts?
No. For serious
Pop
players.
approves. Look at him eyeing down that head knock.
He grabbed an attack drill, correct?
Yes, that was an Android attack drill. Which was a nice play. Put it into the head knock to do 7 life cards.
Dude,
Frisco's got Dragon Ball 7, the worst Dragon Ball to draw early. Another right throw and a crushing beam, and a fourth card.
Da, da, da. Assuming he's probably not going to play the Dragon Ball.
Probably not. Especially with Absorbing Drill out. I mean, all those energies just kind of bounce back into Absorb. Or
Be kind
that's
of
an attack drill, but But he knows that Phil can take the absorbing drill pretty much whenever he wants.
Kind of nice if he had new Namekian Mastery, entered with that Dragon Ball in his hand, put it at the bottom and draw another card.
Right.
That'd be nice.
Restored.
Yeah.
That Dragon Ball is not so bad.
Early, for sure.
It's alright, I'm sure he gets more than his share of playing Namek 7 late in games for
Oh, yeah.
whatever god combo you need to win the game.
The various equations that equal to Namekian wins.
Everything adds up to Namekian.
A little bit. Oh, he
is going to play it.
He is going to play it.
I'm going to take the 4 mil and put more energies on top in the right throw.
Yeah.
Phil loses some cards.
Yeah.
Blue, unlike orange, does not have access to free and easy crits. So, I mean, and he's got it protected with the
Namekian
Mastery.
Mastery,
He's
yeah.
going to keep it there. So he's probably just going to look to shuffle that back up at some point, especially if he
Yeah.
has a right throw.
Is he running all the balls?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, of course, why wouldn't he?
Yeah,
Look out,
the days of
drill.
running the anger-centric builds
Lifting drill.
are gone. And Phil plays some non-combats. Nice turn for him.
Mm-hmm. Rejuved the wrist block.
With lifting drill, all his attacks are now at +3.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, with the attack drill.
Mm-hmm.
That's some nice buffs. Piccolo time. It's got stuff I can't exactly see.
Right throw, crushing beam.
Maneuver, what is that? With Piccolo and Goku on it.
Oh, blue shifting maneuver.
Why would he have that? I feel Frisco wouldn't have that in his hand.
No.
What am I thinking? Round throw. I think that's the card I saw. And thought of the one feels. Hooray!
Mental drill, fan favorite.
Woohoo!
See, he is keeping up on the right throw in his hand to just protect that ball 7,
Uh-huh.
and also get a
Get
bunch of
that
anger.
visage. Is that the right
Visage.
way?
Visage.
Visage. I'm assuming Phil is passing.
Yep.
That's it.
Withering Fire.
It was so shiny.
It's the regional promo.
Ah.
See some
Playing
blocks,
another Dragon
play
Ball.
3.
Getting another
More
ball
Dragon
and
Balls.
visiting.
So there's a nice pass hand here for him.
Mm-hmm. Assuming he's keeping both of those.
Probably.
He could get
It
rid
is-
of that one other. He's got two.
It's always fun to enter combat with a handful of blocks, but I think when your opponent can see it, it doesn't quite have the same effect.
Yeah, for sure.
So he will just pass, and accomplish nothing.
I'm guessing he's gonna play the visiting in the other
Yeah,
ball, get some more
Almost
cards.
certainly see visiting ball 5 and whatever else he draws.
Mm-hmm. Put something back.
He will lose out on that awesome opportunity to play ball 5 during combat with Piccolo 1 for 4 anger.
Yeah, that would be a nice thing. Gain those stages.
This time he'll know
Reach.
one.
Be so funny if it
Buchanan.
is. And it'd be funny if it was another Dragon Ball.
I
I've
don't
had
see too
that.
much Buchanan in the Namekian decks anymore. I'm not sure what I think about that. It's a great card. It'll let you pick out any.
Yeah, I don't know if
card
I've ever
much like
actually
Domination.
seen one. So what is it?
It's an energy for 3. If successful, you can name 2 different cards and banish 1 copy from your opponent's deck. And it also rejuvenates 1, so it'll get an anger.
Cool.
It was definitely a big card in set 1, but just as decks started getting tighter, that started to be
Yeah.
the card that got pulled out, especially for cards like Focus Assault.
Yeah. So it's got some drill.
Some drill,
Couldn't tell.
Heals of Betrayal.
Oh, it was another attack drill.
Yep.
Because you can only have one of those, right? Even though it's a
Yeah, attack drill
colorless?
specifically states you
Yeah.
can only control 1.
another.
So you see another right throw, so you
Yeah.
can come in and gain a whole bunch of anger. Got time in his hand.
Yep. And another block. Is that like knee block?
It's a knee block.
Da, 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 da.
Thinking real hard about this here, I think.
It's not necessarily a bad hand to enter
It's not an auto call, but at the same time, he's looking at all that potential anger on the field.
Because he could visit and get rid of that block
He could.
and get something. He's got a crushing beam. He's got
Or
palm
all
shots
those energy
and
attacks.
that special
He
beam.
could go for special beam cannon with the expectation that would maybe get through. Although even with protective mastery, there's a good chance he'll still be able to block it.
Uh huh.
We'll just push a crushing beam for big damage.
I think he's
thinking about it.
because Phil does not have a visitor.
No.
But he does have that Visage out, which could theoretically
Not too much damage.
If he,
potential
I
to
mean, if he
Santa,
does
unless
get
he goes
like,
for an energy attack.
if he visits for an energy attack, I think he's going to.
No, that's what we got.
Up.
So I think he knows that knee block's kind of useless.
There you go. You're doing it. Getting.
No, takes what he
beamed.
can.
Think Phil has a head knock?
Yeah, let's see what we got.
He's got neck beam, wrist block, narrow escape, terror, I think. Looks like Nappa. Yeah, it's terror.
Yeah.
Is that also promo terror?
I haven't gotten a good look at it.
It's the one with Nappa on
Yeah,
it.
that is the promo.
Not exactly what it is.
It's a little unfortunate that
Narrow escaping.
He knows
he used the special beam there, didn't he?
he knows he has time, but he can terror for maybe a sphere, but that would also lead right into the time. So
Yeah.
he's probably not going to be able to push any damage this turn. He might just terror for something else. Takes a sphere.
No, is it fancy?
Oh, no, that would work. This
World
time will
promo?
be a secondary on blue terror. So yeah,
Yeah.
he takes his fancy new promo sphere, and now the time is not going to be a wise decision.
Yeah. Probably just deterring him from using it anyway.
Yeah. Definitely. That's the strength of blue mantle drill, where you know that's coming.
Yeah. Is he? I'm not sure what exactly.
With
Did
the
he
neck
take
beam
it or no?
with neck beam in Phil's hand, there's a good chance that Piccolo's going to
He's
be
trying-
going up
okay,
and
yeah,
down.
he-
levels.
I don't know
he's
why-
gonna try and sphere.
Why did he do that?
It's just a
I mean,
calculated decision between
I guess it's just to get
holding,
the sphere out
holding
of his
time
hand.
and hope he discards sphere, or
I
just
guess so.
burning through it now.
Yeah.
We see him take a weighted clothing as a discard. Probably not what Phil wanted to see, but
Yeah.
you play this game, you're
Oh,
gonna,
he's
you're gonna
got.
hit weighted
He has
clothings.
old Piccolo too.
Yeah.
Fun times.
We got a crit though.
Oh yeah. Draw some cards.
So yeah, with no blocks in hand, if Phil can draw on a nice attack or two here, he could push some pretty good damage and also steal ball 5 after
Yeah.
this.
That'd be nice.
So that blue terror is gonna really shine right here.
Did he get another one?
But no, he's just the one let
Oh,
him
the one he used.
make this combat happen.
Wrist block.
So he shuffles up ball 7. He won't be able to crit for ball 5 anymore.
Yeah. Stare downing.
Stare down the other one, so now he can't use his power.
Hooray. Yeah, I think that's one of the things he drew with ball 3.
Yeah, that would have to have been on ball 3 draw. We'll
Neck
see it.
beam.
Neck beam back down to 1.
Pew, pew,
So-
pew.
Being 3 turns in to have Piccolo and Namekian at level 1 with no anger, it's probably the best situation for Phil here.
Yeah.
He's going to have put a pretty good chunk of damage through too.
Da, da.
Tugs.
Does neck beam lower you a level?
When neck beam hits at the end of the either combat
Oh,
or turn, you
that's
can
right, at
lower
the
You
end.
have to lower or raise your opponent 1 level.
Oh, okay.
Which is, Phil will tell you the story of Gen Con where he neck beamed somebody who is at Piccolo level 3. Didn't want him to put him back down to 2 because the crit would ruin his board. So he had to put him up to 4 with
Oh.
neck beam. He couldn't leave him at 3. And then danced around.
Wait, why is he? He
3
should be
anger
at
for the rest of the
5
turn.
stages,
He
right?
should be at 5 stages.
There you go.
Got it.
Phil caught it. Getting a visiting.
And that was Frisco's combat, so Phil set up a little more here.
Yeah. Discarding another
off.
mental drill. He got is it scouting? Is that what the actual drill is?
Under 20 scouting drill is the actual
That's
name.
what he got at the end of combat.
Yeah. I'll forever call it absorbing drill because that's what it is to me.
Getting rid of that mill. And that's lowering a level, right?
Yeah, it's just to play it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, that's
Which could backfire on him here, is he doesn't have a right thrower in his hand. Now Phil can capture that ball 5.
which
But
wouldn't
the
be-
first couple turns have not gone well for Frisco, and he's probably thinking at some point he might have to consider balling out. So you don't want to be putting balls back in your deck at that point.
Yeah. He would have to crit that ball away from Phil, though.
Yeah,
Is that
but-
something that he can easily do?
If he gets up to level 2, that'll be pretty easy
I guess.
for
Yeah.
him.
Well, yeah. He's always got to get back up to level 2, which.
There are other cards too.
Yeah. There
Right
is.
throw, or not right throw.
He did just get rid of both of those, so he'd have to get them out of his discard.
Yeah.
held onto a sphere.
The Namekian has a lot of options that'll put a
Phil
ball
has a
that
dominance,
the opponent controls back into your deck.
Playing the
So
dominance.
You see blue dominance, might not see him played. He's got 5 drills out.
He's got that scouting menu, or the blue position, whatever that one is, Piccolo, and the one that I got confused about earlier.
Say blue slash. Discard pile.
Discard.
Blue tear and blue shifting maneuver.
Shifting, that's the one.
So he's gonna hold on to blue slash. Like, it's a nice card if he can hit with that early on. That's a 6 discards and 4 damage.
Got distracting drill, or is it a drill?
The Namekian disturbance.
Disturbance, that's
Yeah.
that one.
That'll let him search for Namek Dragon Ball 1 currently.
Hooray.
It's a nice hand. I don't know what you do with it. He
Yeah.
might
Not
pass
very,
off.
yeah, I think he's passing.
Would have been a nice defensive hand, but
But like you said earlier, it doesn't really help that Phil
Right,
can
and-
see.
right, and that again is the
hurting.
strength of mental drill. It lets you play with perfect knowledge all the time. There's no guesswork involved. You know exactly what to do and how to optimize it.
Key
You
build
see
up.
Phil's first key build up, which as an energy for 10 as a setup is pretty nice.
He's got a head knock in hand.
With all Phil's board and everything in the current game state, I wouldn't be surprised if he starts just trying to push a little bit of damage here. I think we see a combat, another sphere.
Another sphere.
That is not the hand Frisco wanted.
No.
And Phil knows it.
I think Phil has no events either, so I don't think either of those are going to help.
So he's just going to unload energy attacks here.
Yeah.
He's going to blue slash to draw out the block.
Yeah. Unless, is he just going to take it?
I doubt it. I think
He's
gonna
taking
take
it.
Wow.
Okay.
Wonder what he's more afraid of than a blue slash here, because that's going to do a
Yeah.
lot of damage.
That wasn't quite a crit, I don't think.
No, it won't crit because the discards on blue slash aren't life card damage.
Oh, that's
but
right. That's right.
We're seeing take Namek Ball 1. Phil might have missequenced this here a little bit because he knew he had no energy blocks in hand. He could have led on key build up and still on ball 5.
That's, yeah.
And now he's
he
gone
can't.
from ball 1 and that can't happen.
Oh, and then he tapped lookout
No,
too.
lookout drill, cancel the 1 mil.
Because that's automatic, right? That's
Yeah.
just like, it's like the first, so
Yeah,
it
you
just gets...
can't just
Now
choose.
he's key building
So now
up.
he'll key build up for a bunch of damage.
Hello, Dragon
He
Ball.
will get the ball 1, assuming it crits here.
There
it
we
is.
go, yeah.
Now all of his
He's
attacks
got
are
to,
plus 4.
you have to, he needs to take those other balls off the table,
Yeah.
the damaged ones. No one's remembering.
I think he'll catch it at some point when you realize that there's just a bunch of Dragon Balls on the table.
Come on, someone. Come on. They're right there. Come on. There you
Oh,
go.
there it
There
is.
you go. Someone got it. Good job, Frisco.
So Frisco doesn't have many options here. I mean,
Yeah.
The new Namekian one is, yeah, I see it,
Another
2 blue
slash.
slashes. That's what he was going for. So the new Namekian one, the new Piccolo one is very good getting off level 1. But if you're stuck at level 1 because of a wall breaker or a hard anti-anger, that is rough.
Head knock time.
So at least with the other one, you can push some damage and keep some rejuve in the game. I like talking about this whenever I can. The round 4 of Worlds, Joey Walter
Oh man,
versus
he
Alec
critted
Rudin.
again, so now he can get that.
Yeah, Joey Walter versus Alec Rudin. Joey had wall breaker on all game long
That
against
was-
Red Piccolo, and it hurt to watch just to
Now
see him
he's getting
deal all
choked.
this damage. And every time the wall breaker came off, another one came right after it.
Did Phil
So,
not draw? Or did he draw?
It
Oh,
didn't
he
matter
just-
at this point. Phil tore through him.
Yeah.
All
a
right,
little bit.
so that was a surprisingly fast game from
Yeah,
Phil here.
for sure.
I think
That was-
there were some not great hands for Frisco.
That
That
got,
deck definitely runs a lot of energy blocks. It just never really saw them. I think
yeah.
he had 2 earlier on in the turn and passed them off to hold his sphere.
Yeah, that was something else.
So,
That
we've
Piccolo
seen another
got kind
strong
of
win for
wrecked.
Phil. Yeah. It's always fun to see Namekian get its new holes torn open.
Yeah, especially old Namekian Piccolo.
Uh-huh. I mean, I like Frisco.
I know,
He's
yeah.
a nice guy. He's a friend. We've
Yeah,
seen him a whole
Frisco's
bunch,
great.
but I'll never get upset seeing Namekian lose like that. Especially for a new deck like Blue 20. It's not new, but
It's the newest of the
right. It's
sets, so
pretty new.
It's new.
You haven't seen
It's
it.
newer than Namekian Piccolo.
Definitely. You haven't seen it taken to too many tournaments.
Everyone's old favorite.
Right? Oh boy. It's all right. Won't be too long before people are sick of seeing Android 20. I think I've seen some
Yeah,
comments already.
a lot of people are getting kind of burned. I mean,
Too much Android 20. I don't know.
yeah.
I
At
hope
least
everyone enjoys
it's
it.
a little better than the onslaught of Namekian Piccolos
Yeah,
because they're
right.
they're more varied because it's not like a style. We've already seen 2 different ones.
Right, that's right. Our 220 decks have been very different.
Which is good. Not everyone is
So
Namekian
we're looking to
Piccolo
avoid a
triple
repeat of the Texas regional.
Ugh,
It was
we don't talk about that.
Yeah, right. This battle never happened.
No.
All right, so hopefully Phil knows to walk over. I should
Let's
probably
hope
just
so.
go get him.
You could just watch the mic for this. Bat. Oh yeah. Yeah. Now, is he coming? Maybe. Huh?
Talk.
Talk about what? You get back here.
Say anything.
Like what?
I don't know.
What do I talk about? What do the people need to know?
You can ask them.
But if there's a delay.
Whatever.
I don't know things. You know things. Get back here, Kyle. Ah. Hopefully Phil will be here soon, and Kyle will come back. All alone. Tragic. Fun times. All the fun times. Whoa. Documented.
All right, we got him.
Woohoo! Party time.
Party time. Hope you like bald men.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be. Oh, did you hear that?
No.
Oh,
What?
that's right. You don't have
I
headphones.
can't hear anything.
I wonder if that went through. There was just like a bing. It was very strange. I don't know what that was. It was when I turned your mic on. Very weird.
All right. So after this round, we'll probably see another new face. Hopefully, be able to pick one of those Freezer or Willow decks. They've gotten a couple wins.
Oh really?
I don't know.
Oh.
I hope.
Oh, that's right. We have to go like figure
We gotta
out.
dig up another red Turles. Maybe we'll see another 17. Maybe do a little bit better than the one we had in first round. That was
Getting his-
grim.
Yeah, that was not the most ideal of
No,
situations.
it was pretty rough.
Yeah, it's
So
been.
it's definitely a deck that can do pretty well.
There he is.
All right, we have our
All right.
recently crowned victor of round 3.
I am the round 3 champion.
Congratulations, that was
Here.
fun to watch.
It was
this.
pretty brutal.
It was
Little closer.
For like the 10th time, if
Oh,
you don't
boy.
pull off a dominance and can't get off level 1, it's fine.
Yeah.
Pick 20 level 1's fine.
You definitely had the draws to build that board while he passed.
Yeah, it can go either way against Namekian.
It can,
Just
sure.
because, he could have played a bunch of balls and Namekian growths and fusions and all sorts of other stuff.
He was 1 or 2 turns away from just kind of starting rolling the Namekian Dragon Ball train.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. Well, but I captured a whole bunch
You
of
did.
You did.
If anyone's wondering, that's why I didn't use the second slash second.
Yeah.
I wanted to draw out his block so I could capture another ball with head knock, which
Yeah.
turns out to be a sinister trick. That was just good luck.
I think to me the right play was probably leading on key build up because he knew he had it, or you knew he didn't have the block. And-
I
and
wanted
then-
to wait until he had
unless
more
he
anger
wanted,
to do
unless
that.
he wanted to steal his Namek Dragon Ball 1.
Yeah, well, I mean,
You kind of had to, regardless.
Anyway, at that point it was pretty much a slaughter.
yeah, it kind of didn't matter. When I saw that hand, I was like, well, he's kind of dead.
Yeah.
The combat before that, when he entered with time and 2 right throws, it looked like a really good hand for him. But there was like a laundry list of things I could draw that would have ruined his day,
Yeah.
and I did draw one of them. So
yeah.
like
That sphere was something.
stare down or sphere
Terror
or blue
into
tear,
sphere,
and even
right.
a blue head knock would have been
Yeah.
really disruptive for him.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
that
definitely
combat worked
not a
out really
call that I
well.
didn't like, but
Yeah,
in that case,
we talked about it after the game, and he said the same thing. He was like,
you can't
he
just
was in a
pass
bad
that.
place. He couldn't just keep passing, especially with that hand, because he needed to get off level 1, and he was risking, me entering on a head knock and putting him at 0 and just keeping him there. So
Right.
it was the time to do it, but I was already so set up that it was
Yeah.
just, I could risk
It was a
and
little
then
ridiculous
what
at
we
that
said,
point.
that's the strength of mental drill. You knew just to go right into the time
Right,
terror
exactly,
for
into the
sphere.
sphere. Because if I had not,
If you don't do that right there, I mean, I don't want to say you lose, but he gets to
it would
level
have been a
2,
totally
2.5.
different game.
Yeah, that definitely, that advantage was definitely in your
stops the neck
favor.
beam. and-
Right, 'cause I would have blue terrored probably for another attack, like
Yeah.
slash or something, or maybe a stare down, which I guess would have
head knock.
still. Even a stare down wouldn't have worked
Right,
because he would have timed
it
blue
had
terror.
to, it had to be sphere
It
right
had to
there.
be sphere, yeah. So
that
people
worked
who
out
say
well.
that blue mental drill is not
Oh,
good,
man.
you're wrong.
Yeah, they are.
You're objectively, factually
even
wrong.
even in an Android 20 deck that looks at your
I
opponent's
look at them
hand.
every turn, and that was still useful.
Uh-huh.
Saves you a phase. If anyone who watched me and Tim play at Worlds, almost every combat using 20 at 1st was never the right play. You had other things that took priority. So even when you could look at their hand, you're better off.
There's something that's got to be done, right?
That's
Yeah.
why Mental Drill is good in the deck.
Yeah,
Also,
you don't always have the phase to throw away.
Right. And then also on top of that, I'm getting to level 2 with dominance.
Right,
Most
you won't
games,
always have
yeah,
the level
Yeah.
one, but still.
You know,
It's always fun to see.
right.
It wasn't 100% necessary when you drew them because it was
I had
already.
the drills out too quickly. It wasn't worth it.
Yeah,
The
you
only
were.
drill I didn't get out that I valued was Awakening Drill.
I
which
wanted to
would've
see
been pretty
blue.
sweet.
I wanted to see blue awakening drill.
Yeah,
People
I could have
wanna see
turned
it.
that dominance into a key build-up. That would have been cool.
Maybe
What does
we'll
Awakening
see it
Drill
later.
do?
It banish one of your styled setups to play a styled setup from your discard pile.
I think it has to be different, maybe.
I don't think so.
Doesn't matter.
I'm gonna pull that.
Yeah, pull the card out.
But it allows you to turn your blue dominances that you don't want to use, either because you don't want to go up or just because you've already gone up.
Yeah, because if you've got
into-
2 in play, there's no.
And it turns all your setups into a little bit of a toolbox that you can put into blockades or key buildups
Like
or whatever.
by mid-game, he was already angling for ball victory. I could have gotten out if I'd gotten out Awakening Drill. I could have turned my blue dominance into a blue trick. Like it does so many things. And especially with Mental Drill, you know whether they're going to block the key buildup you would be searching for, or if they are, or if they're about to pound your face in, you can turn a key buildup into a blockade. Like it's just an extremely versatile card. For a style, yeah, it doesn't have to be different. You can, I mean, you could banish a blockade to search for a blockade. I guess is what that
If you
means.
wanted to.
It doesn't really.
So I don't want to talk about tiers or anything, but what do you think of blue 20 so far?
It's so good.
Yeah, you like it?
It's sick.
So it's not a deck that you've seen that much of up till now.
No,
It-
I
it
wanna
didn't-
say
didn't
that-
have a big presence in either the ARGs or the Winosphere.
No, there were a couple floating
Yeah.
around. I want to say that Valdez used blue 20 dominance at
might have.
ARG and either like bubbled out or lost in top 16.
You might be
or something.
right.
I don't
But
know anything about it.
I was gonna say the builds can be completely different. They can
Right.
do a lot of
Yeah.
things.
I've talked to 2 people in the last 24 hours who each said that they built blue dominance 20, and both of their builds are very different than this one.
That's kind of the cool thing of the game right now because the deck space is so small. You have to make
Right.
really big cuts and really big decisions on what you want your deck to do exactly.
Yeah.
You can't sort of have everything.
And one of the nice things about 20 that we've been talking about is how versatile
Right.
he's
You
been.
can do so many things. Like
Yeah.
you didn't see this too much that game, but I played Black Krillin last round. I kept him at 0 all game.
Nice.
I entered every turn
Wow.
and used my power every turn. He could never use more than 1 energy in combat. It was like I have no stage pressure in my entire deck, and I kept him at 0 for
Right.
the whole game. So
Very
there are a lot of
nice.
different. That's how you beat Ginyu with 20. A lot
Yeah.
of times, just keep him at
You
0.
probably won't play any Ginyu today. I don't know if you saw, there's only one Ginyu
There's
today.
one Ginyu.
Good job, State of Michigan.
Right, we're really proud of ourselves.
Bravo.
It's a nice selection in the Mechie and Piccolo, but
Yeah, there aren't too many Black Krillins either. Are there?
I haven't
a
counted.
few.
But there's a lot of black decks in general.
Moppin was at
Yeah,
least
there's-
2-0. He beat Alec
Okay.
round 2.
That's-
It is. It's
Dan
not a.
was 1-1.
It's
going
not a
into this
runaway with black though.
I'm
They're
not too surprised.
in
Black
the
as a
top,
style,
yeah.
People don't use black outside of Krillin any more than any other deck. So
But the fun thing, we have 5 red ruthless decks and 5 turtless decks out there.
We're convinced. We haven't
We're not
counted
sure if they're all the
specifically, but
same,
we're
but
convinced that all 5 are
There's a
turtles.
lot.
I'm completely certain there's a Ruthless 17 here.
Okay.
So, so one of those
and
other
Matt
styles
Wynn,
is
I'm
turtless.
pretty sure, is using
He was using red ruthless 17, yeah.
17. Yeah. So
All
I
right.
don't know what other style turtless would be.
I
you
think
could
one of them
you
was
could,
black.
You could fit him into
Black
Devious.
Devious is fine.
Yeah.
All right, so as long as I got you, you got to
Yeah.
make a card for set 5. Perfection, right?
Yes.
What do you want to say about it? You got to say something.
I can't say a lot
All
about
right, I
it.
know you
Yeah,
can't.
I'm pretty
you can't
sure
give us,
it's
like the full
NDA
details,
stuff.
but
It's a card you would very much expect me to make.
all right.
Yeah.
It,
Sweet. Can you give us the card type?
nope.
Can you give us a card type that it isn't?
I'll tell you, it's not styled.
Okay.
And
It's not a Dragon Ball.
it's not a Dragon Ball
Good,
or
good.
an ally, which I was kind of hoping I could make an ally, but I don't
Yeah.
think, they never came back and said I couldn't. But there
remember-
was never positive feedback when I pitched an ally.
I remember
so.
we had some
We
fun
had a couple
conversations
ideas.
about like the Eternal Dragon ally or President Dog
President
ally.
Dog that, what was it? Immediate effects don't happen. It was like
Something ridiculous.
banish this ally to. Oh, it was banish this ally
Oh,
to
it was-
stop
it was-
an immediate effect.
It was like an effect like this too shall pass, right?
Yeah, yeah, and it would just, and then if you used it in tag, you could just put it at the bottom of your deck. And
I think-
that would have been so cool and
That might have been a
probably
bit much.
broken.
Well, not
But-
many people are using tag these days.
Yeah, well, you know,
No
it'd be a way
blue
of making
tags
a
here.
pure defense-like effect that is a little more versatile.
So
And
that's why I hate effects that bring back cards from the banish pile. You get dumb things like this.
right, yeah. It's a good thing Slug and Wheelo allies aren't better than that.
Right, who
I
cares?
still want to make Tag Ginyu with those allies.
As
see if-
opposed to the Ginyu Force or in conclusion.
probably an addition or like like it probably wouldn't run as many Ginyu Force.
Oh,
You can
okay.
still run
Not the
Jason
full
Bird.
suite.
Right, I would run
but,
Jace
like,
and maybe Birder,
Okay.
and probably not Raccoon, and maybe not Goldo, depending.
Neat.
And then, toolbox ally stuff.
That sounds like a deck you would build.
Sounds like a deck I would build, test once, and then
And then-
throw away in disgust.
Can you tell us the picture?
Nope.
Can you tell us who's on the picture?
I don't know. That stuff's especially hard to talk about.
That's
I
true.
could
You're right, you're right.
probably
You're
give you more
don't.
information about like the card type and stuff,
I
but
know
the
that-
image hasn't been finalized and is
Oh,
going
okay.
Getting
through that
everything approved
process.
is a real
Because
process.
you have to, there's like
yeah.
the two-step. There's Panini and also Funimation, right?
Panini,
Right.
I don't think is too worried about it, but I think
Well,
they,
no,
they
I
have
mean,
a
like, there's-
specific set of images that they're allowed to use, and,
And
then
even those
it
have to be
still has to be approved.
Yeah.
Through Funimation, probably through Toei Japan or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
There's
And
at least steps of approval, so
Right.
it's
So we
probably a
probably
little
better
more.
off not talking about that.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah. I asked Richie beforehand. I was like, I didn't sign an NDA. What
Wow,
can I-
I'm
and
actually
can't
kind
I-
of surprised
yeah, no,
they
they
didn't.
didn't make me sign one. But
Could say anything, but
I could.
Well, we're not
there
going
could
to,
be
'cause-
repercussions. I'm not going
Legally,
to.
you're not legally bound
know.
to not
nobody
say
will
anything.
sue you.
Right.
at
Yeah.
least.
But I asked them and they told me not to.
Yeah.
So on your word,
Yeah. So I told you it's a card that I would make. It's a card I think Tim Batau will like. There's a lot of information buried in that one.
Yeah.
It's a power that doesn't exist in the game right now. It's unique in at least two different ways. It has a
cool.
fairly unique timing structure, and it does a thing that no other card does.
All right. Cool.
Cool.
I won't
So
make
there's
you say
some
anything else.
information.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's something to go
Which,
on.
you could speculate about that.
but it
probably
will be in
infinitely,
set
but-
5.
And it will be in set
It will
5.
finally be in set 5.
It will be an ultra rare. It won't be a staple. And even in the decks that it goes in, I don't think it's an auto include. It's a mindful card. You have to think about what purpose it will serve in your deck, and what you can cut to make space for it.
Is it a 1 per deck?
No,
Okay.
I would not make a 1 per deck.
All right.
Although actually, the first card I ever pitched was a 1 per deck.
Which one was that?
It was going to be Light Cage.
Oh, right.
Oh,
And
yes,
it was
that's right.
obviously going to be dumbed down a lot, but I pitched it as a 1 per deck, and we talked about it.
Yeah. Like,
I agreed with the design team that,
setups are already too strong. I
And-
think
well-
putting that into the game would be a bit much.
that aside, we agreed that 2 per decks are much easier to design
True.
around than 1 per decks, which is why we have we seen any 1 per decks since set 1?
There have been a couple, but
Not very many. Yeah, I'm sure there have been.
I'd be hard pressed to think of one offhand.
I do have one. There is one question
I do
about your
like-
card. Can
Yeah.
it be countered or removed?
But if you say
Yes.
it can't be countered, that's just like, is it an event?
Yeah, it's not a thing that just happens and there's nothing you can ever do about it. I'll say that. There are ways to deal with it proactively.
All right. It's not a reactive instant type card that you just use it and then it's gone.
I didn't necessarily say that. All I'll say is you can deal with it proactively depending on the situation, or at least.
But not just like off the cuff. Like there's certain things.
You'll see it.
Or is
Before, you'll see it, and then you'll have a chance to react to it before anything happens.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not just going to come out of their hand and do some incredible thing and have no opportunity to resist it in any way.
Yeah.
Like, it won't do that.
It's like hi bye.
Yeah. Although,
Although
there's still
Maybe.
time.
Maybe.
I'm
Good.
not answering that question.
Yeah,
Done it.
we won't get you
Yeah.
in any
Sorry.
trouble here.
that might be a little
That's
more
too
specific. Yeah.
I'm under the impression these will probably start going up sort of soon. Like,
Probably.
not
Like,
in the next week or
It's-
two, but
it releases,
you know,
I think, end of February.
end of February.
Yeah.
And
So we got like a
6
month.
weeks.
talking to Richie and the other guys about it, what they said was, and I totally believe this, as soon as the images are approved, they start posting them.
Okay.
Oh,
So
They
I've
don't
heard that,
wait
too.
at all. Right now, we're just waiting to make sure that the images are approved.
Yeah,
and
which I
after
mean
that,
know,
could
it's a long
it could be a
process.
decently long process
Right.
depending on like how nitpicky things
Yeah,
are.
and
'cause
they
like you
try to
said-
get the images in earlier than they used to, but you know, there's already not that big of a window to design in between sets, so there's only so much you can do.
Will it make you hate your opponent?
Sometimes. Definitely sometimes. And I'll say one more thing about it. It's a very versatile card, and it absolutely encourages player skill and rewards player skill. It's not a card
what I
you
like
can
to
just
say.
play,
Yeah.
put on the table and be like, this card does what it does, and I'm going to discard Black
I
Corruption.
took 3
Like-
weighted coatings as damage.
Right, it's not like that. When you play it,
Taking
you're gonna
out of
have to think
deck,
about
put
what
into
you want
discard.
the outcome of the card to be.
It's good.
I feel good about that too.
All right. I think we'll leave it right there.
Okay.
So, congratulations.
Thanks.
Hopefully you make cut.
One more win,
Do
I'm in
it,
cut.
right.
Then I can take a really long lunch break.
Yeah.
I think is our
Fi-
lunch
fi-
break now?
I don't know if there's a lunch break.
I feel like it's now.
5
There
rounds
was
top 8.
there
is what I
was
know.
a lunch break at the last
Okay.
1K, so I'm assuming there's probably going to be another one.
All right, so
I'll ask Mike, and if it's now, I'll let you guys know.
all right, thanks. Well, we're gonna cut it here. I think
Yep.
they're sick of looking at us.
All right.
I can
Bye
empathize.
guys.
Bye.
Goodbye, internet.
See you around 4.